What a lovely sunrise at 3:45 in the afternoon. It's not, clock's wrong, still haven't fixed it. Doggy, doggy. Got cat hair in my mouth. I was perusing Auto Trader the other day, as I'd like to do. It might be a favourite pastime of people with bikes to look at other bikes they want to own. There. Oh God, this cat is doing my head in. Is it gone? Is it gone? Yeah, so I was thinking, right, because I don't want to get rid of the VFR at all. So my only option is buy more bikes. But budgetary restraints start like rearing their ugly heads. But I was thinking, right, if money wasn't an option, what would I buy? Right, what bikes would I choose? And I couldn't see myself buying more than one for like each like category, really. If I was gonna have multiple vehicles, then I'd probably want them for a specific type of job. For example, sport tourer category, VFR all day long. That kind of sounds like it's a joke, but genuinely, I mean, the sport touring category is kind of vague anyway. I've seen a lot of bikes come up in that sport touring sort of drop down that you think, really? To me, I was, you're thinking amazing, like sort of like the big ZZR, the Hayabusa. Like I think there's a big GSX, like GT thing in it. Bruv. I don't know why I did that, but I don't know. The VFR just, I don't want a bike that's way too heavy. I mean, maybe something like the Honda Blackbird. No, I'm quite happy with the Vifa. But an out-and-out sport bike though, ooh, tricksy. I mean, R1 would be an obvious choice, wouldn't it? With the way my back's feeling right now, I can't say I'd appreciate that position for too long. I'm tempted by the old Fireblade even. Is it like that 918? Something like the just shy of the litre one. I do like that. I like the 90s-ness of it. Bikes from around that era. They also tend to be a little bit more compliant, I think, in design, instead of like the harsh rides a lot of super sports get nowadays. Essentially, what I'd be looking for in like a super sport or sport bike would probably be a 4-cylinder actual full-on screamer. So you can get that full enjoyment of the... I'm not going to leave that in. I am, aren't I? I'm going to leave that in. Like ADVs is a bit of an odd category, because there's only ever really been one ADV, possibly two, that I've been fully like... No, only like one. I've like, it's basically the 2019 2020 like Africa Twin. Doing? Fuck my life. I mean, there's the Tenere 700.
Okay, anyone there?
But I don't know. The Africa Twin still has it. The Africa Twin, to me, looks like a massive dirt bike, as opposed to something like the GS, which I don't like that huge, like chunky tank at the front of it. My instructor had one, when I was doing my lessons, and it just looked so uncomfortably big. And I said to myself, oh, do you know what? I'm never doing anything uncomfortably big ever again. I don't know, it just looked like unwieldy. Oh, now I'm just making innuendos everywhere. Whereas, like, I know the African Twin, it's quite high, but you know, I am a tall man, and I don't know whether I'd want anything pure off-road. I mean, the only sort of off-road bike that I've ever really thought about buying was the Honda Dominator, for obvious reasons. But they are surprisingly difficult to get hold of. Like, definitely locally, I'd have to go on a huge trip to get one, and probably pay through the nose for it as well. I don't know what that saying means or where it comes from. Has anyone ever paid through their nose? It's not a currency? I don't know. Scooter, Bergman, obvs. There'll only ever be one scooter for me. A Suzuki Bergman. I don't know why, but the 650 one, probably. Just for the memes of it. Just like bop around town on the scooter, then just have off a load of cars. And it's got like a little screen that goes up and down. Best scooter ever. Scoots. The cruiser zone though, that's my biggest issue. I'm not a very cruiser mentality what? Try that again. I don't really have a cruiser mentality. There we go. Words. I'd like the more stripped back version. I don't like some of the ones like with the huge flared like fenders on them and stuff like that, and all the tassels and all the. I'm not into that. Not about that life. But I do like sort of the laid back position, and they're just sort of like rumbling through the streets. I just can't get on with the fact that there's like zero performance in like 90% of them. So it kind of leaves like the muscle bike offerings. Now I'm not really into the like the Rocket 3 or whatever. Oh god damn it, bumps on my spine. The Rocket 3, it seems like a bit of a giggle to ride, but I don't know if I'd want to actually have to own one. There's I've forgotten the name of it. It's a Yamaha, I think. It looks like it gives me muscle car vibes. I'll have to try and find a picture. I'll try and find pictures and clips of all the bikes. You've got the Diavel as well. I mean, that's literally like someone's just put the pegs forward and called it a cruiser on a naked bike. But it counts, so yeah. I was looking at buying one actually, but the thing that put me off was actually the cost of tyres, because the that back wheel is just incredibly massive. Apparently the tyres were like way expensive, and I thought no. Do you know what? I'll pay through the odds a little bit for the bike. I wasn't too bothered about that bit. It was the fact that just having it, maintaining it and insuring it was going to cost me an arm and a leg. Same as I was looking at the Kawasaki Vulcan for a first bike as well. Mainly because like if it's like a high, basically something that's like got some decent power, or it's like you're meant to rev it. Oh god, I'm thinking Magna by Honda, the one that's essentially a VFR engine in a cruiser. Go figure why I'd like that. And then there's like the larger sized engine one, which is, it's unofficially the Super Magna, but again, they're not bikes that you can easily find in the UK. I'm pretty sure there's a YouTuber that has a Magna. There's a wild card cruiser would probably be the Sportster, the Iron 883, I think. I just like the sound of that. Again, I know that's not really like a muscle bike in any way. Maybe if I was to have a selection of then there are no days when I don't want to go fast. This has never happened. There's never been a day where I went, I'll just tootle. Nope. Even my 125 was always pinned. Every gear, all day, every day, pinned. I mean, my assumption would be I'll probably end up with a cruiser at some point. Eventually I'll want to just relax and have a little ride. Eventually. Today is not that day. Naked bike category is a little bit interesting though. I mean, I don't know whether I'd want a naked bike for anything more than relatively short hops, or like commuting or something, getting smashed around on the motorway, or in high winds. It doesn't feel like it's a good time. But I do like the thought of that riding position though, being a bit more upright with wide handlebars. It feels like it'd probably be more my style, considering the VFRs, it's already a sport tourer, so it's more of an upright position. The handlebars have a riser in them, and they are kicked out sort of to the side instead of being fully like tucked in, like the Ducati Hypermotard, I think, because I like that I like that Supermoto style basically. I do like the MT-01, MT-07, that kind of bike as well. Like, to be fair, I like the engine more than I like the thought of the bike, itself. Oh, for the love of God, just put your foot down, me. Fucking hell. I do like the style of the Triumph, like the Speeds, whatever it is. Well, basically, I was watching Musin 8K crash at the weekend. I keep saying weekend. Yesterday. I mean, thankfully everything's all right. Oh God, but it looked like so much fun.
Ein bisschen Spritzer.
I was like, and I like that kind of I wasn't into the whole Triumph style of the speed triples, whatever it is. It wasn't actually. I watched the Buck Spiker video on it ages ago when he was saying like the reason they have that sort of bug eye style is to give it a more stripped down feel, which I can see, but I don't know. Basically, because Jim Diesel's got one, the Tom Cruise bike he calls it, and I like the sort of the cockpit view, but I don't like the every other view. Obviously it's not my bike, and I'm not trying to like cast shade on people who own these bikes. Again, it's just not for me. That one, the more insectile styling, as it looks to me, seems to be, I don't know, it's got more of an appeal. I'll say that. I'll say that. More of an appeal. I think that's it. I think that's all the types of bikes, and I've not missed a single one of them. That's remotely important. Yeah, bitch, coming through. Dominance. I haven't said that all video.